Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. As you can see here, we're 9 games into our championship campaign, currently nestled just outside the playoffs. We have a great goal difference, but unfortunately, we keep losing games. That seems to be the number one problem. Today, by the way, we're taking on the franchise currently playing its trade in Milton Keynes, because I guess they got promoted as well. So, I was kind of hoping that we would never have to play you guys again. But here we are. Congratulations to Suzuki, by the way, for sponsoring probably the least beloved professional football team in the world, except for maybe like one of the Red Bull teams in Austria. Yeah, so anyway, good work, Suzuki. All right, I have a problem for today, and the problem is not how bad I am at dribbling. The problem is from Liam. Liam has a proper problem, guys. Sometimes we get some low-quality problems. By the way, you can't see my face because we got a problem with the frame rate. And, you know, do you really need to see my face? Does it add that much to your experience? My girlfriend is returning to her home in Australia because her visa is expiring. We've talked about it, and I am prepared to go with her, but that means uprooting the rest of my life I have built in my hometown. Liam, you have a proper problem. Not since that person had the guinea pig issue. Have I seen such a proper problem? All right. There's a lot that we don't know based on the YouTube comment that you left on a professional gaming video. Semi-professional? An amateur gaming video. For instance, we don't know like how long this has been going on. We don't know how serious it is. We don't really know what's keeping you in your hometown and away from Australia. Look, I'll say this, just speaking generally. Australia is a nice place. I've been there once. I had a lovely time. And I think you can make a good life for yourself there. But this is definitely a moment where you are either deciding to go one way or, oh God, on the top of the net, or deciding to go another way. It is a big moment. There's no getting around it. And as we've talked about before when I'm solving your problems, you often have to make decisions in life in which you have limited information, but you have to make really, really big decisions. So I had a moment, I had actually 2 moments in my life like this. One was where I was dating a person. Oh, God, get in there. Oh, my God. Oh, God, I thought for sure we'd scored. I thought we'd done it. Do it. Oh, my God, John Green. John Green puts us 1-0 up against the bad guys, the worst guys in football. And John Green to, I believe it was John Green to John Green, but it might have been Frankenstein to John Green, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is that it's 1-0. It's John Green to Frankenstein to John Green, goal. I mean, as cool as the other side of the pillow. So calm. Just humiliate him. He doesn't even have time to dive. That was a Raffo-level response to a shot. Mr. Managerinho loves it. He loves it. Of course he does. We're up 1-0 in the 7th minute. Oh, God, that's a terrible mustache. I don't know how long this has been going on. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if this is a commitment that you're ready to make. But it's a big commitment to move to another country and live. I don't know if you're going to be living with the person, but it's a big commitment. So I've had experiences like this twice. Once when I was in my mid-20s, I was dating someone who was moving to Europe where they had been born. And they were like, I think somewhat half-heartedly, do you want to come? And I was like, no. Partly because like the relationship, I think, wasn't probably gonna be a lifelong thing, if that makes sense. And partly because I didn't really want to move to Europe. Like I liked my job and I liked my life and I didn't really want to move to Europe. And the combination of those feelings made me think, also I wasn't totally convinced that this person was really that psyched about the thought of me moving to Europe with them. Like, I think that would have been stressful for them because, you know, language barriers and also just because, you know, it's a big change in a relationship. And when you're moving somewhere where you don't know people, it can be really isolating. And then you become super dependent upon that one person, which, you know, sometimes works out okay and other times doesn't. Speaking of things that sometimes work out okay, I tried to go all the way across to the back post because I thought that would be so beautiful. But I didn't have the crossing power to get it done. And now suddenly the real Dons are in big trouble. Oh, big trouble. Big. Oh, my God. He held the door. Hodors. Son. I don't know. Yeah. Son of Hodor. He held the door. Oh my God. That was really scary. I don't know why we were able to get sliced up that effectively. Sliced up that effectively. But I need to have a talk with some of my defenders about what just happened, because that was some poor defending. So believe you me, that's going to come up at halftime, if we make it to halftime up 1-0, which is looking increasingly unlikely. So the second time was when my now wife got into graduate school in New York City. And it was a little bit of weird timing, because as it happened, I asked Sarah to marry me the same day that we found out that she was moving to New York, which I guess meant that we were moving to New York, which made it a little bit surreal, because when we called like our parents and everything to say like, oh, we're getting married, they weren't even that wasn't big news to them, because they kind of knew we were going to get married. But the fact that we were moving to New York was a real shocker for them. So that was kind of the headline. And then the like getting married part a little bit took a back seat, which is okay. I'm not like still resentful of it or anything. Oh my God, that was a handball. I've been fouled in the box, and I've been repeatedly maligned. Oh, it's just I won't lie. I was trying to get fouled. I won't lie. That was John Green definitely angling for a penalty, and it didn't work out. And the referee probably made the right decision, even though I'm loath to acknowledge that sort of thing. Right. So, as it happened, I was already pretty much committed, right? Because I think Sarah and I had talked a lot about marriage, and we'd talked a lot about. And obviously marriage is not the only way to express commitment, or even to express a lifelong commitment, but it was our way. And so we talked about marriage a lot, and we were a little bit further along than, certainly further along than I'd ever been in my life before, in terms of how we were thinking about our relationship, the role it was going to play in the rest of our lives and everything. But still, moving to New York was a little bit intimidating, and I will say, not so much when we moved to New York, because I had friends in New York, and I had lots of colleagues in New York. Like, I had lots of people who do the kind of work that I do. In fact, most of the people who do the kind of work I do live in New York. I don't mean semi-professional FIFA playing. I mean writing YA novels. So I that was really nice. That was an appealing part of moving to New York for me. And, I'd lived in Chicago for like 6 years, and I felt, I was finally feeling pretty comfortable there. And so it was somewhat hard to move, but it wasn't that hard. Moving to Indianapolis, on the other hand, where, we moved entirely, just as we'd moved to New York for Sarah to go to grad school, we moved to Indianapolis for Sarah's job, and that was brutal because I did not know anyone here. I had one friend from high school who's still a friend and a great person, but that was too much. It's a lot. Having knowing one person and your spouse is better than nothing, but it's still hard, and not just on you, but also on the the person who the one or two people that and so I think that was a really bad cross. I think it's worth considering all of that in thinking about what you want your future to look like. On the other hand, if you want your future to be with this person, Liam, if you feel like this is the person I want to have a life with, and this is the life that I want to have with them, then go for it. Like, you have to take those chances in life, It's oh God, hold the door. Oh, he held the door. Okay, we got to make some substitutions here. I don't know what's going on in the back, but things are getting a little desperate. I'm going to bring on Deji Oshalaja for Cuesta, and then I'm going to take off Benny Woodburn, who hasn't had a great game, and I don't have anyone to put on in his place. I'm going to put on Dean Parrott, but then what I'm going to do... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave him there. And then... I don't know why I had two strikers on the bench. Like, as if I'm going to take off the John Greens to put on Solanke. But maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Cuesta's coming off. We're making a double substitution. It leaves us we can kill a little bit more time. This is obviously the most important game of the championship season for me to win. So I care more about it. And so I'm going to play with a little... Oh, God, I needed a better pass there. I'm going to play with a smidge more... Oh, God. Oh, man. That... My whole life just flashed before my eyes. So it's a big moment. There's no getting around the fact that this is a big moment and a big decision. That said, going to Australia doesn't mean you have to stay in Australia forever. It doesn't mean that, it's not the same thing as getting married. It doesn't have to be the rest of your life. And it also doesn't have to mean that you leave behind everything that's in your current life. Oh, that was a terrible pass. So I think you've got to think of it that way. You've got to remind yourself that, if you imagine it as a kind of like life adventure. Oh, wow, that was really off the mark, but it would have been beautiful. If you imagine it as a life adventure with a person you love and are committed to, rather than as like, now I am moving to Australia for the rest of my life. Because really, when you're making a big commitment, I don't want to make this entirely about the person, Liam, but it does seem like it is kind of entirely about the person. It doesn't seem like you'd be super interested in moving to Australia, even though it's a lovely country, if it weren't for this person. So like making a commitment with a person like that to me is a way of saying like, I want to be in the adventure of life with this person for the rest of my life. Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's the most beautiful goal I've ever scored in my entire life. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, what? I scored off his butt. John Green shot onto John Green's butt, and it went in the goal. Let's watch a replay. Let's watch 1,000 replays. Hit him in the butt. Oh, my God. He didn't. He hit him in the arm. He hit him in the... What happened? Oh, he hit him in the chest. Can I see another replay, please? Oh, no, I just get to see a very intense celebration. Goodness gracious. All right, hold on real quick. I know I'm not good at replays, but is there any way I could see an instant replay of that? And then he just, oh, wow, hits him, on the neck, on the rib cage? Let's just take another... I don't know why I'm following the celebration. It was so Okay, we're going to give this up because I'm so bad at replays. But it was just magnificent. Oh, I think John Green just scored with his neck. Or his chin? His solar plexus? It was a fascinating goal. John Green to John Green. We're up 2-0. Both John Greens have scored. We're humiliating them. I'm not even going to say their names. They haven't earned it. We're humiliating them at their home, and hopefully they will be relegated, or we will be promoted and we never have to play them again or think about them again. Wouldn't that be lovely? All right, there we go. Now you got to say that we've probably won this game. I don't. Obviously, the John Greens had a lot to do with this win, but Hodor, I think, also has done a fantastic job. Really, really wonderful. Super proud of him. And he's showing himself to be everything that, frankly, Raffo hasn't shown himself to be yet. I said it. I think it's the truth. I think it's time to just be honest about the fact that Raffo, while he might have a bright future, he's still only 16 years old, hasn't been quite up to par yet. So, to return to your problem, Liam, I think you've got to think about whether you want to have at least this part of your life with that person and what you'd be giving up, but also potentially not, instead of just thinking about it in terms of what you'd give up, I also think you've got to think about it in terms of what you stand to gain, the adventure you have, the learning you might do, the places and people you might discover, and hopefully that'll be a guide. That is unrealistic because there is no way I would shake that guy's hand. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.